Hello there. I've had a couple of people that have asked me, actually quite a few people ask me, how do you make almond milk, your own almond milk? Because I've been doing that now for about a year or so, making my own almond milk. So I thought I'd show everybody how to do it. You start off by making, add a blender. This is a 2-cup container, and I put about 1.5 cups of almonds. Cup and a half of almonds in it, and then you just add water up to the top of the cup and let it sit for about 6 hours. Or overnight if you do it the night before. That works out also. You see that the cup of almonds, which was only about this full, is now swelled up, and all the almonds are plump and juicy, and they are ready for use. They look like this. Now they're ready for blending, and I'll show you what we do next. First, we need to take this over to the blender. Okay, here at the blender, you just take it. Actually, forgot to say, first, what I do is I drain the water that's in the almonds. Stop barking! I drain the almonds that's in the water off a couple times. I add more water to it, drain it off, water to it, drain it off. Gets rid of some of the bitter tannins that are inside of it, makes for a sweeter product when you're done. And then I fill the cup back up with water. Actually, it's a little bit low, a little bit higher. Fill the cup back up with water. You can see it on the edge there. And then dump it into the blender. Next, I take some dates, probably about, I don't know, it's up to your taste what you want, 4 or 5 dates, maybe 6 dates. And I put them into the blender on top. Okay, put the top on, and I'm ready to start blending. I use, ours has a whole juice setting, and that's what I use, the whole juice setting on it. And then I started blending. It's blended into a paste, kind of like that. Or sometimes it gets a little too thick. You may want to add a little more water to it, but once it gets to a paste like that, now I'm ready to start adding some more water. Okay, here we go. Add a little water to it to begin with. Start. Once you got it all blended up and you've added enough water to it and got it nice and juicy and stuff, you're going to need what we call a nut bag. You pour this mixture into it. It's very fine thread, and it does it. I've heard you can also use like a paint filter. If you go to Home Depot and get a paint filter, you can use one of those also. But you can't order these on the internet. I use the big container. Find a place to hang it. I put the container down here. Take my blending mix, put the bag in the container, and just pour it in there. Okay. I let it hang over the handle there, and it'll drain into there for a while, and I'll let it sit there for a while, and then I'll come back and I'll squeeze it. I'll show you that in a few minutes. I'll squeeze it and get it empty. Then I go through the whole process, well, most of the process. I'll grind it again and add more water to it. Here it is. It's been sitting for a while. Now, what I do is I take it and I squeeze some more of the milk out. And I'll do this until I get most of the moisture out of it. Get most of it out, and then with the pulp that's left, I'll put it back into the blender a second time, add more water, and do it again. Okay, here we go. It's all wrung out. Here's the pulp that's left over. I'm going to put it back into the blender. I'll add more water, and I'll blend it one more time. But I'm going to add a couple of shakes of salt to begin with, because I didn't add that at the beginning. Finish adding the water to it, and we're ready to start blending it again. Okay, I'm going to blend it and add probably one more cup of water to it to fill it up as full as it was before. Then filter the whole thing out again one more time. And that should give me about a half gallon of milk. There's the last bit of milk out of the nut bag, and we're ready to our nearly half gallon of milk pour into the container. And there, a half gallon of milk for the next week. I'm ready for my breakfast. Now, some people may want to know what to do with the rest of this material that's in here. Stay tuned for my next video and I'll teach you how to make willy balls.